glad. I will tell you this. If there's a human breathing that I've ever met that I'm proud that took advantage of me financially, I'm proud it's the one sitting to the right. And Dak.
Check.
Yo, it's JB the Cowboy fan, and yes, sir. I'm back with another one. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out to my subscribers. Yo, I appreciate y'all, man. I'm almost at 600. Boy, I need 400 more to go. 4,000, boy, for my birthday, September 5th, y'all. I don't know if we can make it in 2 weeks, but what, 2.5 weeks? But shoot, we gonna try. We gonna try. We get close, boy. We get about 800, boy. I so appreciate that. But this video I want to get into. This was Jeff Kavanaugh and the beloved Bryan Broaddus. And they were talking about, the preseason game, the acquisition the Cowboys, Jerry Jones just made. You know what I'm saying? So they were talking about Trey Lance. And Bryan Broaddus said Trey Lance, he can see Trey Lance being the starting quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys in the future. The future? It could be 2025, which I'm thinking. It could be in 3 weeks. We don't know. But yo, let's get into the video, because y'all need to hear this for y'allself. You understand me? Y'all check this out.
Did you really yell at Bobby? I heard you got in a fight with Bobby Belt. They said you yelled at him.
Didn't yell at him.
That's what they said.
I quit. Yeah, you're making stuff up. Bobby and I had a disagreement. I hate the hot taker.
Oh, me too.
I hate the national hot taker. And I compared Bobby to the national hot taker because he's so dug in on Trey Lance that when Trey Lance does do some positive things, but you're not willing to give Trey Lance, I mean, you could say, well, he looked better, but you're not willing to go in there and say why he looked better. The national hot taker, Shady McCoy, I'll call it the national hot taker.
Oh, yeah, he sucks.
Shady McCoy, Dave Hellman, God bless him. Dave Hellman, Dave Hellman does the work. Dave Hellman goes in there and watches tape and talks to people and evaluates. And, Dave Hellman is not going to go on that TV show and just have a hot take just to have a hot take.
No, Shady came up to training camp one time and said that Tony Pollard looked great, and Tony Pollard didn't practice that day. Like, Shady McCoy does not work. He just makes stuff up and says
that's
stuff.
what I'm saying. I took and it's unfair on my part that I compared Bobby's take and being dug in on Trey Lance. Trey Lance is not perfect. Don't get me. I mean, I was just on a show with Nick Harris. Nick Harris doesn't think that Trey Lance is the future quarterback here, or could be the future quarterback here. And I respect his opinion because he'll do the work. But Bobby,
you do think that's possible? You think it's still a possibility
that he'll be the future quarterback?
Yeah,
I do. I think that.
Did y'all hear that? What Bryan Broaddus say?
You do think that's possible? You think it's still a possibility?
Dak Prescott?
That he'll be the future quarterback?
Yeah.
I do. Did
y'all hear that? Straight from Bryan Broaddus. He do believe that Trey Lance will be the future quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. Now, let's just continue. continue. Because it gets better. Yeah, it gets better. See, he about to go in on Dak Prescott and that accuracy problem, which he still has to this day. But let's continue.
I think that, to me, the way they gave you a small glimpse of how you can win a football game with Trey Lance.
Tell that sucker to run.
Well, it's the RPOs.
Yeah.
It's the intermediate. No, okay, the week before against the blitz, he wasn't any good. He was 7 of 8 against the blitz this past week with a touchdown. Gotten a little better there. He's not accurate. I get that. But there's him dropping back 40 times a game, that's how you lose the football game. You saw a path that if you go RPO, and he had a chance one time to hand the ball. I think you probably saw this. He had a chance to hand the ball to Freeman on an RPO. That would have been a touchdown. And he pulled it. Then the next play he handed it to him, and Freeman only got about 3 yards on the play. But there is a path that if you play a certain way with him, that you can win a game. And he was better in the red zone. See, I got on Bobby, and it was super late on a post-game show. I'm out here. It's 2 a.m. there. We're arguing about stuff. And
You're a football drunk?
Just long.
Yeah, I saw that shit. Bryan Broaddus was going ham, boy. I seen that interview. Yeah, he's going in on Bobby Bell because he was talking crazy about Trey Lance. And all he was trying to get him to do, if you going to say something bad about the guy, if he plays bad, why you can't give him credit when he play good? See, that's the thing I'm saying with these Dak Prescott fanboys. See, they killed Trey Lance in that first preseason game. They killed him. So they said he sucked. He wasn't an NFL quarterback. But then he plays good in the next week, and they don't give him credit. They still, you know what I'm saying? They still hate on the man. See, that's letting you know them Dak Prescott fans and not Dallas Cowboys fans. Because this is supposed to be ultimately about the team and what's best for the team. They think what's best for the team is for Dak to reset the market and pay his bum ass $65 million, $70 million a year. Man, are you crazy? You must be kidding me.
Day. But yeah. I think that we have to, our job is to be fair with these players. It's our job. And whether they play poorly, you say they play poorly. But if they play well or do something well, you have to point that out too. But and I accuse Bobby of being dug in on the player. Like he was so dug in that the guy will never play, that I'm like, okay, well, I don't agree with you, but I had to point that out. That was our discussion.
I think the Raiders should have traded for him right after the game. Yeah. I think there's a chance he's better than both of their guys.
You're the 5th person that I've done a show with that said that. And you know what? Bobby said that he didn't think he was an NFL quarterback. You just said, do you feel like the Raiders could probably win a game or two with him at playing quarterback? So I'm of the impression that he has gotten better, but the accuracy is something, and maybe the accuracy will never. Hell, there were times you talked to Dan Mullen, and I'm just bringing this up. You talked to Dan Mullen about Dak Prescott. Dan Mullen will say he was a terrible practice player. Wasn't accurate, didn't you? I mean, we've watched practices with him, and the ball's gone all over the place. And you're going, okay, this guy don't look like an NFL quarterback.
Didn't look good early in his career in practice for sure.
Ooh, I told you, I made a video. These Dak fanboys are hypocrites because Dak had the same problem early in his career. And what's crazy is he still has the problem. That's the problem. He still got the problem. So we got Bryan Broaddus, Big Nate, 2 people already. This is the video of me hearing about this with Bryan Broaddus, but him, Big Nate. My second video about Cowboy player and a Cowboy. How long Bryan Broaddus been with the Dallas Cowboys? Over 20-something years, I think it was. I think it is. And he's a reputable source for the Dak fanboys. He's a reputable source. Reputable. Hell, even Bosh Lombardi. Shout out to Bosh. I like Bosh, but he a Dak homer too, but he do a show with Bryan Broaddus every morning or something like that. Every afternoon or whatever it is. Man, that's the thing, bro. Man, they kind of like this here kind of disheartening a little bit because it's really showing me the truth about a lot of these content creators, these Dak fanboys, man, that create content. They not about that. To me, this is my opinion. My opinion. To me, they're not for the team. I mean, because if you can sit up here, I mean, I get it. It's a team sport. It's a team sport. I get it. If it's a team sport, why can't your quarterback be a team player and take a team-friendly deal so he can get a team around him so they can succeed? Then they won't be complaining about Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones not going out of free agency and spending a whole fucking lot of money on players. See, they get mad because they go cheap. Some people still, throwing a little shade on the Linval Joseph deal. The Jordan Phillips deal. I don't think too much on Jordan Phillips because he was out there playing, but I think it's more about they looking at Linval Joseph like he been sitting out a couple years or what have you, and is he in football shape? But if the man really want to play, shouldn't take too long to get ready. Hell, you got Jordan Phillips. He already got some reps, so he coming in. I mean, he can go in. We can't wait 3-4 weeks for this man to get in shape for the long run. Whew, I don't get it. I don't get it. So I don't see like why the hate on Trey Lance. I think it's really much in fear that, like I said, it's disheartening at the fact they don't. Why wouldn't you root for the guy? I just don't understand that. I don't understand why you wouldn't root for this man. Like, what has he done? Like, to just have him he has no shot. He's not an NFL quarterback. Just don't give him no chance, blah, blah. He sucks. He'll never take Dak's spot. He's never better than Dak. Nobody said he was better than Dak. And really, he couldn't, really take Dak's spot unless he get hurt. So I don't even think people really tripping on the fact that, he's there or what have you, like, he's better than Dak. I don't even think I get in my comments, the first thing they say, he's not better than Dak. I'm like, look, I never said he was better than Dak. I'll just be saying that Dak has proven to me that he can't get it done, and I'm like, shit. If he can't get it done, we can go with anybody. But for the fact that Jerry Jones said, "Fuck this shit, I'm going to get Trey Lance," you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, Jerry Jones showed me like, look, shit, let me go get Trey Lance, blah, blah, you know, what the fuck, you know, just Dak, I don't know, man. The pressure was privileged, but when the pressure on his ass, he can't step up. You know, he duped me with the first contract. You know, I ain't finna let that shit happen again. And fuck that. I'm getting Trey Lance. I ain't telling nobody. I don't give a fuck. I'm finna do this. I'm Jerry Jones. I'm about to do this. Shit. You know what I'm saying? So to me, I'm like, yo, man, Jerry kind of like, man, you gonna have to prove it to me, bro. You gonna have to prove it to me. And I just don't see, man. Bro. Yo, if y'all want to check out this video with Jeff Kavanaugh from Bryan Broaddus and what's going on, you go check out the channel over there. Jeff Kavanaugh from Bryan Broaddus. Bro. If Bryan Broaddus and Big Nate can say the same thing about Dak, about his accuracy when he was coming through, come on, man. You need to give Trigger Trey some, you know what I'm saying, some grace and some patience, just like you gave Dak Prescott. But the thing is, with this guy, Dak Prescott been in the league this is 9th year. So I'm trying to figure out what's the excuse. He wants the big money. He wants the big money. So I'm looking at it like, yo, if you're taking the bulk of the money, then you got to take on the bulk of the responsibilities, right? So, because I don't care what you put around the team. I mean, I care because you need talent. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, like, it's not going to be perfect. But it seems like Dak Prescott needs everything to be perfect. But it's not going to be perfect. And if you demanded to reset the market, to take the bulk of the money, then you need to get your ass out on that field and take the bulk of the responsibilities. How do you get bulk of the money without the bulk of the responsibilities? Somebody answer me that. This guy wants the bulk of the money, but he don't want the bulk of the responsibilities. How is that a leader? Isn't it, what is it? Too much is given, too much is required?
Well, what that is?
Is that the saying?
Do you not get the concept?
You want the bulk of the money, Dak, but you don't want the bulk of the responsibilities. And your fanboys don't give you the bulk of the responsibilities. They blame everybody. That's why you got two coaches fired, 2 coordinators fired, 2 quarterbacks coach fired, receivers get traded, good receivers get. Dez got gone. I mean, I'm like, come on, bro. Why does everybody else get fired and the responsibility is on this guy? And he get the excuses. But he's the one that's he demanded to reset the market in his first contract. Now he demanded to reset the market in the second contract. Like, damn, bro, you ain't did shit. You demanding to reset the market. You ain't did a damn thing, bro. And people talking about if he don't sign with the Cowboys, the market out there potentially will pay him 65 to 70 million. Bullshit. Who's going to play a quarterback that is in his 9th year that make the same mistakes he makes as a rookie? 2-5 in the playoffs. And your expectation is to go to the Super Bowl. But you see the evidence of this guy who can't get out of the fucking first round. You mean to tell me you gonna pay him 65 to 70 million dollars a year for what? For what? Why would you do that? That shit don't make sense. And if shit don't make sense to Jerry Jones, that's why he gonna make his ass play this season out. I'll be surprised if Jerry Jones give him a contract. Extend him and give him a contract. Only for the point of Jerry C. dollar signs. And he probably sees some goddamn type of keep the money going. But if he really gonna be for real, which I've been thinking and saying he gonna make Dak play this shit out. And if I think Jerry a betting man, I think he betting on this. He betting on letting Dak play this season out and see what happens. Because if you ask me with this schedule coming up, Dak Prescott ain't gonna do good against these teams. I'm saying, I said it before, I'm gonna say it again. When he run up against superior talent, he fold like a lawn chair. He'll beat up on the NFC East. He'll beat up below 500 teams. But when it comes to, them all inferior teams. But when he comes to playing the Kansas City, when he comes to playing the Buffalo, when he comes to play the Eagles, because he flip-flop with the Eagles. He don't dominate the Eagles like he dominate the Redskins and the Giants since he been in the NFC East. Nah, he don't do that. But against them bum teams, he'll have a field day. He'll stat pack like a motherfucker. Yes, he will. That's why Dak's regular season numbers look so good. Most of his stats are against bum teams. Teams over 500 or 10-win teams plus playoff teams, he like 12 and 28. He's a bum, beating up on bums. He's like a bully. You know how he's like a bully against inferior opponents. But when you meet your match, he can't do shit. Like, what the fuck, man? Why they can't see this shit? But they steady be out there. These Dak fanboys steady be defending him and wanting him to get paid. They want him to get paid the bag. But then they take the responsibility away from him and blame everybody else. That's why to me they not real. They're not true Dallas Cowboy fans, man. They are not true Dallas Cowboy fans. No. Dak Prescott still having problems with his accuracy. Yo, this is JB the Cowboy fan. I appreciate y'all for listening to me. Like and subscribe to the channel. Let's go, Cowboys.
I'm glad. I will tell you this. If there's a human breathing that I've ever met that I'm proud that took advantage of me financially, I'm proud it's the one sitting to the right. And Dak.
Yeah, check.